Hello guys.
Hi.
You guys got very big rams. I hope you don't get it from where I'm suspecting.
Do you think you're the only one who knows where all the good news come from? My son bought me this ram all the way from abroad with baluwo.
Oh yes, this must be baluwo. Me too, my daughter just bought one for me. True baluwo. With baluwo, everything is possible.
This Tabaski, you can buy ram for your family using the trusted Baluwo. Just log on to the www.baluwo.com website or download the app. You can buy ram, otherwise foodstuffs such as rice, sugar, cooking oil, and much more for your family this Tabaski. Baluwo, better than sending money.
Fear over electoral rigging rocks Zimbabwe as the country.
Yesterday, after listening to Prime Minister May's assessment of the state of the negotiations,
Gambian soldier and former member of the trained
group.
Junglers today.
Boris Johnson confidently committed to leave EU in 90 days. Rocket attacks in Aleppo leaves at least 2 children dead and 10 residents injured. These are the headlines. More coming on your way on the World Today. Hello viewers, you are watching the World Today News Bulletin. I am Fatmata Jaju. We now take a look at our first story. Another one of Jammeh's hitmen appeared before the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission today. Amadou Badji, also a trained jungler, shared with the commission his role in participation in the torture of Imam Baba Lee and Bakausu Fofana. Badji, while testifying, took a moment to apologize to the imams who fell victim of his participation in the abuse of their rights. Amadou Kante has more on that.
Gambian soldier and former member of the trained Yaya Jammeh's patrol team, otherwise called hitmen or junglers, today seared his memory on the torture of 2 outspoken Islamic scholars, Baba Lee and Bakausu Fofana. The imams fell victim to arrest and torture for preaching the word of God in a way that does not please the Jammeh administration. Amadou Badji's testimony came one day after his jungler colleague Umar E. Jallo confessed to taking part in the torture of Imam Lee at the NIA torture chambers.
Akungalo mbesinde nefunako flaw takone jam mamba alikenya buko ne Baba Lee but the funaka fugabunte naf for fane bi niso medical o akano abim
katon lummi nan tata je fa bayta ngamele do kulal ka fu babali ngamara wolum kabir murunta na je ngamara te kilingolom.
The first day that we went, we didn't do anything, but I heard them calling the name of Babali, saying Babali, Babali. But that day, we didn't do anything. We later went home. But our second trip, that's the day when we did something.
Did I understand the witness to suggest that we believe they were saying it was Babali's turn?
Yeah.
Did the witness say that? Can you confirm whether you said it was Babali's turn?
Funaka futonga na njijombero no jam kuroka man komro ge ja babali nya fugam tena na njilambi aw mante sof mante o mante wa aw nuine ni mante ko ofan
nje mun sofa mena because nje babali nje manjito musi jiko
ngole mira de katum babali ntene na majes malo.
That's what I think. Babali, personally, I've never seen him at the time, but that's what I heard.
And the second incident, do you know who was the victim?
Yeah, gabuntene manje ayombone take.
This and the gabuntene. You ngene kuna fana de ku won and the karesak.
Ngamule na nyata nkolo ka tofo.
I heard our team leaders calling his name.
Because njemato.
I don't know.
Because I don't know him.
Nigene de kone banta baka also.
I heard them saying a name like Bakausu.
Does the name Bakausu Fofana ring a bell?
Yeah, anja karesa kola Bakausu Fofana panwolo.
Bakausu Fofana. Nigene doku wong karesa Bakausu barka safa ko enda ko bul ko wong ande ni jam ande fana achen ombo bobo konda o manda Bakausu Fofana banje fay mato.
Bakausu fofana nkamwele ka fu bakausu bare ngin konton ngin bare nkamwele modo ka nyinin karoke ka faye bakausu ngamara telok bare ntemate longde.
Well, I heard them saying Bakausu. That man also I don't know him and I didn't know him before, but I heard the name Bakausu. It might be him, and later on I heard the name Bakausu Fofana being mentioned, but at that time I didn't know him.
So essentially you participated in the torture of these two individuals.
The
Imam from Kanifing East, Baba Lee, got missing for opposing the use of Islam as basis for execution of 9 death row inmates by the former government of Yahya Jammeh. He said the execution was not in line with Islamic jurisprudence. No reasons was given to the arrest on the Imam Bakausu Fofana of Sanchaba Sule Job, but the arrest came at a time he was considered critical to decisions by the Supreme Islamic Council. Amadou used opportunity of his hearing at the TRC to solicit forgiveness from the two religious leaders. The remorseful soldier admitted to have done wrong, for he had been used under a command of wrongdoers.
Sumut bare brokam bobu jemo ote mante lawje ka bonket
ngalo ne kom sakombe siri nyamem bi amandiade bare fonga yam fo dani katun tela doko wole tata wonyama.
I know that really it is very unpleasant, but because of the nature of my job, that's why I did it. But really, I am appealing and pleading for forgiveness.
What would you say to Imam Babali and to Bakausu?
Assume
that they are listening. They are watching. What would you say to them?
Ote mandera Babali di Bakausu ngineno kuyamfuam cause inje kandi inje kana fanga fumbo inje fana dubro kabumbo mabuno koromeno mante ilawe kabong nyombe law kabonkat proman ku yamfo
foka foe ka fo Imam Babali anim Bakausu fofana ko yam fanye ka to fana mantar num fambulo fana be molle ko to non andun na do ko dole wala nyamanu.
What I can say at this moment is to plead for forgiveness, because at that time, the nature of my job, that's why I did it. But for them I'm pleading for them to forgiveness, and I'm asking for forgiveness.
Arrest and detention of religious leaders was considered a new segment of suppression on the people under the leadership of exiled former leader. It came after politicians, activists and journalists were globally known to be endangered species in the country. Reporting for Africa News, I am Amadou Kante.
Amadou Badji is the second jungler to admit participation in the torture of Imam Babali and Bakausu Fofana. Still on the TRRC, the United States has said that they welcomed yesterday's TRRC revelation on the disappearance of 2 of its citizens some 6 years ago. The release reads, "This week's testimony in the Gambia's Truth, Reconciliation and Reparations Commission provided details surrounding the direct involvement of former President Yahya Jammeh in the disappearance of American citizens Alaji M. Cisse and Ibrahim Job in 2013. The United States welcomes the additional information that has come to light, as this provides an opportunity to renew our investigation into the circumstances surrounding their deaths. We will pursue a close partnership with Gambian authorities based on these new revelations to continue to investigate the disappearance of these 2 American citizens. The United States government expresses our heartfelt condolences to the families of Alaji M. Cisse, Ibrahim Job, and of all other victims of crimes that are being revealed by the continued work of the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission. We express our gratitude to the TRRC for undertaking this opportunity for accountability, justice, and national reconciliation." At least 2 children were killed and 10 other residents injured after rocket attacks hit 2 neighborhoods in Aleppo, according to local media reports. As you can see in this footage showing multiple injured children receiving medical care in Aleppo hospital, according to the state-owned Syrian Arab news agency, local police say the attacks were launched by Jabhat al-Nusra militants, causing both multiple casualties and significant property damage in Aleppo's Hamadiyya and South al-Dawala residents districts. No group has officially claimed responsibility for the shelling of. The South Korean military is said to be on high alert after its neighboring country North Korea fired 2 short-range missiles from its east coast. In a statement from the capital Seoul, the Joint Chiefs of Staff spokesperson Rada said they have information that the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has recently stayed in the region, and summertime military drills are now underway in the north. The missiles, launched from near the coastal city of Wonsan, flew about 420 kilometers over the sea before landing in the water, as reported by the South Korean Defense Ministry. This is the first missile test since Kim Jong-un and US President Donald Trump agreed to revive stalled denuclearization talks. We now take a break and come back shortly.
Ifana sajo wartalde jamna ka dam do mi refana manyi bondi woldo
hey ke foti ama kiba diba bodu lay dam male jelo mfana jelo de ndimma wala yinkina nya hani dala so ma bondi ja kina nya turu balu on ko yamela kami ko
ndefana ndimuso ayanta sanya woldo baluwo
ay ni baluwo na fa wartalde sawga manjara moy jakal
Nyimba nasalo ni lafta leyango la isa soto nin sila taringo minna wolom baluwo siloti kakuma ko ilong ila kuoto alti la website oto www.baluwo.com wala aliela app download baramanda nyinda mala anim baluwo alse mano sanno sukuro tulo anim fenjama jama baluwo wala efisia ka kodo kina
Welcome back. You're watching the World Today News Bulletin. We now take a look at our remaining stories. The Libyan National Accord, which controls most of Libya's east and parts of the south, launched an offensive to gain control of Tripoli from the UN-backed GNA in April. According to World Health Organization statistics, fighting in Tripoli has so far left over 1,000 people dead and nearly 6,000 injured, alongside at least 100,000 displaced. The Prime Minister of the UK, Boris Johnson, has vowed to leave the EU. The EU on October 31st without any ifs or buts. He made this remark in front of his new office at 10 Downing Street after having met with Queen Elizabeth in London yesterday. The new Prime Minister is said to be in full confidence about delivering Brexit in 99 days, something his predecessor could not have achieved. Defatu Bangura has more on that.
Newly elected Conservative Party leader Boris Johnson took office as the British Prime Minister on Wednesday amid the rising uncertainties of Brexit. The latest development came after Theresa May formally stepped down as the leader of the country and Johnson was invited by the Queen to form the government. Johnson gave his first speech to the nation as he vowed to bring Britain out of the European Union by October 31st, saying no ifs, no buts.
And we're going to fulfill the repeated promises of Parliament to the people and come out of the EU on October the 31st, no ifs or buts. And we will do a new deal, a better deal, that will maximise the opportunities of Brexit while allowing us to develop a new and exciting partnership with the rest of Europe, based on free trade and mutual support.
Johnson, who is former British Foreign Secretary and ex-mayor of London, is now the one on whom the whole country is hoping to deliver the much talked about Brexit despite the very short deadline. He has named Sajid Javid, who was Home Secretary in May's government, as new Chancellor of the Exchequer. The new Foreign Secretary is former Brexit Secretary Dominic Raab. He replaced Jeremy Hunt, the politician who went head-to-head with Johnson in the battle to be leader of the Conservative Party. Now in charge of Interior Matters as the new Home Secretary is 47-year-old Priti Patel, who served under May as International Development Secretary. For iAfrica News, Neifatu Bangura.
Boris Johnson, new UK Prime Minister and firm believer of Brexit, said confidently to leave the EU in 99 days. Well, viewers, that's all we have for you on the World Today News Bulletin. I am Fatmata Jaju. For more on these and other stories, kindly log on to our website, iAfrica.tv. Bye for now.
Thank you.